Hey friends, and welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, my name is Paul, and I'm just trying to go things that I'm curious about and things that I've looked into, I like to share. So in today's video, I wanted to pose a question, and it is this. Is it better for us to listen to feedback or to follow our intuition? I think it is oftentimes with people who are trying to do new things, they're stuck kind of between this question, whether they are conscious of it or not. It's this person who has this vision, who has this dream, and in one sense, it you can see the wisdom on both sides, right? I would guess that most of the advice would be to listen to the present feedback. But the reason why I wanted to bring up this question and to pose this question is not to say that one piece of advice is right and the other one is wrong, but to say, depending on what your vision is, should decide which kind of question or which advice you choose to follow. And here's the context in which I'm going to frame this in. If you are trying to start a business, right? It's probably pretty good to listen to your feedback. It's probably good to listen to market feedback, customer feedback, because at the end of the day, if you're selling something and it requires someone else to buy it for you to have a successful business, well, you probably need to listen to what the market wants. That would be a good example of listening to feedback. And kind of the same thing with a lot of ideas, right? If a lot of your ideas are around present circumstances, it may be good to listen to a lot of the feedback, the collective wisdom, if you will. But when it comes to trying to introduce something new, when you're trying to really break ground on something, this is when, and I was thinking about this today, like earlier, this is when it may be better to listen to that inner voice. Because if feedback is listening to the wisdom of our present age, possibly built on top of the ages of the past, I don't quite know what intuition is, but the wisdom of intuition is a voice of another kind. It is a voice, some people say, of our most inward self. Some people say, regardless of what intuition say, what people say about intuition, it is another voice of a type. And the reason why I'm saying if you're trying to break new ground, sometimes it is better to just follow that intuition, not necessarily ignoring everybody, but kind of, is because of this. With almost anyone who brings society or their culture into a new era or a new phase or a new way of thinking, no one is going to understand it at the present moment. So it's almost necessary to have to listen to that only thing that's calling you forward, which is inside that intuition, which is that voice that is calling you forward, saying, go here, go here, go here. Even though everyone else is saying, no, that's wrong. And this is one of the reasons why, when it comes to feedback and when it comes to artists and creativity, I don't necessarily think, even if an artist is a failure in the present time, that they are a failure. Because sometimes artists or philosophers or whoever, they get praised years after or centuries after when a new generation comes and they say, oh, they were just before their time. They were just before their time. And maybe they went all throughout their life thinking that they were a failure. And so not at the danger of thinking too highly of yourself, but if you do think that you possess something or that you have an idea that can really move society forward, I'm simply making this video to say, hey, maybe for you, it might be better to follow that intuition. With most other things, it's better to do kind of a combination, maybe to lean a little bit to the side of feedback, because there is a lot of wisdom, especially when you ask a lot of different people. You'll get a lot of good feedback there. But when it comes to really, really new things and potentially groundbreaking ideas or inventions, whatever it may be, that could be when it is better simply to follow your intuition, simply because no one, even if they wanted to, could possibly give you feedback on the thing because they don't even get it as you get it. So wanted to pose that question and for that out there. And with that being said, I will see you guys in the next one.